All right, so good evening from for day 8. We are at our campsite. This is where we actually are on day 8. So I'm
I
going to
can
get
see our
up there.
tents right back there.
Yeah. I love our tent setups. That's so cool.
They're so close.
It's so fun. Yeah. All right, so we started off. And from our hotel room
For
today.
hotel room, we had basically had the same like wake up that we would if we were on trail. So we woke up at like 5:30.
5:30. Watches go up. Oh,
Yeah.
time to get up. It's kind of cold out.
We were in a bit of a rush too, which then of course meant that I of course looked around the ground, the bed, but I didn't look at the like nightstand thing, which was where my spork and my toothbrush attachment to my spork was. So that was, I didn't realize that till like part way up the trail. I'm like,
dang. So we were thinking about talking to people at work, and we get stuff.
Where am I going to get something?
At Copper Mountain.
No.
But we got everything worked fine. Great Starbucks, super fast.
Got the bus at 6:30.
Yeah, got the bus, and everything was great there.
Yeah, and we basically started doing the hiking the uphill around like 7.
Yeah,
which was great for starting from town.
Oh, that is. It could have been. You just don't. I mean, if you don't, just so you know, getting back on trail from town can take a long time. Sometimes because you have to hike back on the main trail, like the bonus miles that we did in the GNG, stuff like that. So the fact that
somebody else is driving you, and they aren't going to drive you, super
just
early.
When you want to go.
So you'll get to trail at like 9 or like 8:30.
Yeah. So to get on the trail at 7, it was just great, and we really needed that because we had this insane uphill and even insaner downhill.
Yeah. So it was, I think in total, because we went up and then down a little bit, I think it was close to 4,000 feet.
I don't doubt it.
Of going uphill.
Yeah.
And
it was a lot.
Like similarly to some of the other climbs we've had, where like the first like 3/4 of it or like a 2/3 of it, like the grade is great, we're cruising, it's going great, and then all of a sudden it's
wham,
and the trail gets really hard.
But this was different because it got really hard.
Yeah.
And then we had that first kind of pass
we
thing.
like hit like
it's not
basically
a false
like
pass.
where the ridge like started.
That's what kind of when we started our ridge.
And then we climbed on the ridge.
Yeah.
We still had another 600 feet to climb.
It sure felt more than that. Well, we were at close to 12,000 at that point.
It felt like that because for a while again we were just cruising, and then the last part there were more switchbacks.
Yeah, I was like, what? There's switchbacks?
I was breathing so hard.
Whoa. Yeah.
And I could only walk so fast.
I had like double stoke. Because I had the first stoke going up to the first ridge, and I thought that was going to be it. I just started pulling away from all these people. Oh, yeah, because we forgot. We met people along the trail.
Yeah, so while we sat for like a really quick breakfast with our leftover pizza.
Yes, thank you for carrying that.
Yes, I carried the heavy leftover pizza.
Yes, I did.
We ran into a couple people who we're pretty sure have just only been a few miles ahead of us. Because they started the same day.
Yeah. And we actually heard about them from other people, but we hadn't seen them. So I thought, well, something was weird about that. But we actually caught up.
Yeah. So that was really cool. So we met a couple people, and then we kind of flip-flopped through the climb, depending on if you stopped for water, how good people were with uphill and weren't. Yeah,
that is something that's kind of unique. At least this group, and it's probably like that. It's easy to get competitive and all that, but it's not like I didn't feel any of that at all.
I was just like, go ahead of me.
I passed them. They passed me.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you for something. You waiting for me, and then they passed, whatever. And it's the only time we kind of grouped up was getting water. It was like 6 people at the water.
Yeah.
I don't think I took a video of the water because we were all there.
It was really good water sources.
We're actually getting really good water right now. It's cold. It wasn't
freezing.
Cold in the first few days. Yeah, so it's super cold. In fact, yesterday I was getting water, and I started to get like an ice cream headache. I just stopped drinking. Yeah.
So then the climb was just, it
was really hard, but man, it was so beautiful. It was so gnarly. I don't know if you noticed on the video. I don't think I mentioned it, but the steepness.
Oh yeah, I'm part of it. Like the drop off
it wasn't straight down, but man, it was close.
Really
if there was snow or ice on that,
that'd be fun.
That would have been. I mean, you have gone down a long, long ways before you stopped.
Luckily,
we're talking hundreds, thousand feet. It just kept going.
Well, but the good thing is,
But it
if
wasn't
you
like
were,
that.
it wasn't rock. It was
Yeah.
like grass and
Yeah,
trees at
it
the
was
bottom.
grass and trees. Isn't that amazing? It's
So-
that steep and it's like stuck on there.
Yeah.
That is quite amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would have been, you would have still been hurt, but
You could have
may
still
not have
thrust with
died,
your
but-
feet. Yeah, or with your claws, your hands.
You don't know.
Yeah, but like if you would have slipped today, but if you start, if you start doing like a,
I just keep making sure that
oh, I thought
we've
I
got
heard something. There were a couple.
chipmunks, but
Oh, okay. Oh, what? What? We got a couple of by our tent, couple of birds. Are they messing with the tent? I thought I heard like a drum sound, and we can't have them touch our tent because the tents are completely waterproof, but they're actually very delicate. You could.
One was right here.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to be over there anymore.
Okay, hold on. We got this averted.
Yeah.
It was just.
I chased away a chipmunk.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what was by our tent? Was that the chipmunk or a bird?
It was a chipmunk.
Oh, that was right by our tent.
It was in between our tents.
Wow, that's not good. They have like teeth.
It was one of the ones that like is the size of my thumb.
Oh yeah, that was a highlight, right, for you?
Yeah.
You saw a little baby. Had to be this big.
I don't think they're babies. I just think they're a different type.
Pygmy chipmunks?
But there were like two of them like playing with each other on a tree.
Yeah, their
It was
little
really
tails are
cute.
going. This kind of
Yeah.
thing. Anyways, all right. So where were we on this epic day?
Oh,
The hike up was
we
great.
were yeah, and then we all had lunch together at the top.
Oh yeah.
Which was really nice.
I got a little video because you're a little self-conscious about that. We got to know kind of their names, where they're from. One Japanese, Switzerland, and then those three. You can talk about the three guys that came by that were doing the peaks.
Oh yeah, so then
That was cool.
basically what we were traversing.
Mhm.
It's basically called like peak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I think they said it
You
was
said
like
it was
10-mile, like
6 peaks though.
ridgeline. It had to be at least 6 peaks.
Yeah, and that's what
And
they
then
were
just
doing
on the
in one
ridge.
day.
And then
Yeah.
they were going to the end where there's still like a lift operational.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna take it
Take it
down,
back down, yeah.
which
That's
is
pretty
understandable.
cool. Oh yeah.
The legs are probably
Yeah, those guys were in shape too. You could tell they had like
I mean,
big old
they're
legs.
trail runners, so
Yeah. So what was cool with them though is that they've done all sorts of hikes all over the place. And the one guy I talked to the most, he had done the PCT, and almost the other guys that we were with, they've all done it.
yeah, everybody had done it, but of course,
Except us. They were been at the PCT in the last 2 years. And so when they talked about the guy, the trail runner guy said, well, like, what year did you do it? And they're like, oh, was it last year?
yeah, he did last year.
Yeah, last year he's like, hey, me too, but they didn't see each other.
Yeah.
So they were kind of reminiscing, and they knew that we did the JMT. So we were kind of part of the conversation, but it was really a treat to hear people that they actually completed the whole thing. Oh, and they told the story that
a couple of them have like small sections because
they didn't finish the
in
whole thing?
2022 there were a lot of fires.
Oh,
So one of them, he wasn't actually
Bummer.
able to do the last 60 miles and tag the border.
Didn't one have 17 miles left? The
Yes,
Swiss?
but he came back later.
Oh, he did it.
And I think he went from the Canadian side.
Oh, okay. He probably can.
Yeah, but he was literally, I mean, if
Yeah, he
he
said
had
he
been
was just
there
crying.
like a day earlier, he would have been able to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. So they actually said, no, you got to turn
Yeah.
around. And he's
Yeah,
like, you're
some
kidding
poor
me.
soul basically has to crush people's dreams and
Yeah.
say sorry.
Yeah, I think he said he was just like in tears.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. That. Oh gosh, it
After-
makes me start crying
After
thinking about
5 months.
it. 5 months, 17 miles away. Right, you're hiking over 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
The guy says you got to turn around. You can't go the next 17.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so that was a treat meeting them. They're in front of us though, because they want to go into Leadville because of the boom, whatever.
Well,
party.
well, even before that, they wanted to go in. I think because it's an easy hitch.
Yeah.
So I think one of them just wanted to go in. Like, might as well just
Yeah.
eat some food.
Yeah.
Just
But we're not
camp
doing
out
that.
somewhere there and then
Yeah.
go back.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on us doing that because it would have.
We got plenty of stuff.
Yeah, and there's very limited lodging in Leadville.
Yeah, and they have
there's
these-
not a lot in Leadville.
Yeah, and if they have these celebrations, then it's going to be packed, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really what we're here for.
Yeah.
So they're probably ahead of us, but I suspect that we will see them again because we actually hike a little faster than them, I think, in total, because we actually caught up to them, right?
Well, yeah, but then
Yeah.
they were cooking it a little bit faster downhill than we were.
Oh yeah, but I was just
Just a
chilling
couple
downhill.
minutes.
I don't care. Uphill is where
Yes.
I put my effort into the uphill.
Yeah.
Not the downhill. I just try not to hurt myself. Oh, because I did. I actually fell twice. One on the rocks. It wasn't a bad fall. You saw that. I talked about it in the video. But the Garmin fell out, hit the ground. I was like, oh, so that was bad. But it worked today. And then I slipped on my kind of bottom, you know, because it was going down.
It's not like slow motion.
It was a
falls,
slow
basically.
motion. I didn't go bam or hit. I just went slow.
It
So
was just like one of your legs hit the loose gravel.
Yeah.
Because the
I didn't
trail
lean
down
forward. No,
was
if
so
you lean
loose.
forward, but if you just kind of stand up straight, then that's when you fall. So you got to watch out.
Fantastic.
So that was a really hard downhill, and it started getting really hot then.
Yeah,
So
and
that's-
then
we were exhausted.
Yeah,
then.
and then we finally made it to the bottom. We got water, and then we're all in like going by like the Copper Mountain, the resort.
It's always kind of awkward.
It's well, yeah. So we're going through like the runs area.
Yeah, which
and
was cool.
It was cool, except for there was kind of like unnecessary switchbacks to go up, and then you were along the ridge, and then you did switchback, and it just
That was kind of irritating because we were super tired
we were
then.
really tired. And then we went kind of basically into Copper Mountain. I was able to get some utensils.
Yeah, so that was really good. Super great gal was helping us out.
And she was very helpful.
That was really good. Yeah.
And we didn't get any, because it was a pretty like busy like center thing.
Yeah.
We didn't get any weird looks from people.
No, because I think all the hikers go through that, so they're probably used to it.
But then,
and they don't want to get close to us anyways. We
some
stink.
sort of new thing, whatever, on the slope, on the trail. So there's a detour, but not great signage for the detour.
Which is not good when you're super tired. Ouch, and there's not great signage.
Luckily, we didn't.
It just makes you more tired.
We didn't take any wrong turns.
We didn't. You did really good because you spotted them in the distance. Hey, there's a little sign
like,
way.
Oh, maybe that's
way
it.
down there.
And then you just kind of kept going and hoped that you were going the right direction. But then it was confusing because we had to go up this really steep road that would then go into.
Yeah. Oh, and they had the little creek kind of next to it.
Yeah, and that's where we
that was kind of
water. Cool. And then after that, it was kind of like, okay,
we got to find a spot.
Where are we gonna find a camp spot?
So we found one. We're like, oh, did we stop? Gabriel's like, okay, you decide. Like, great. I'm like, okay, let's continue on. It wasn't quite good enough.
It was pretty slanted.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
So, and then we found this one. And
which is, I mean,
it's weird. I mean, we're literally, that's the trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honest, I think it's a great site. What sucks is that it's just really dirty.
It's just kind of dirty. There are pine needles
so,
and stuff.
you don't really want to walk around anywhere.
Yeah, and you don't want to just lay on the
since
ground.
It's dry. If you, I have my plastic food bag, and all of the dirt just.
And there's dirt on my
it.
white plastic
So I gotta
bag. We have standards here that we like to adhere to.
Yeah, we're weird.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we got
here.
here a little.
Just about 5?
Yeah, just about 5.
Yeah.
Almost it's 16.9 miles, so almost 17 miles.
Yeah. So that was an incredible day. Oh, we haven't done our stats for the day.
All right.
Which should be incredible.
I have 35,000 steps.
I only have 28. That's because we had a lot uphill and I used tracking poles. Oh, and then downhill, I did hide them.
I use tracking poles a lot.
Oh, you did? I don't use tracking because I had a bad experience last year going down.
When the uphill is so steep, I am basically using a trekking pole for each footing.
No, I try not to do that.
Well, I don't.
I use them to spread out to get air into my lungs.
So it doesn't really affect that much.
Yeah,
and then
for calories.
Calories, I have almost 3,700 right
Really?
now.
That's what I have. I have almost 30. I got 33,772. So 38.
It was a butt kicker of a day.
About 3,800
but
calories. It was good.
The main struggle is that, especially when it gets to after 4, and we're trying to find campsites, figure out what we're gonna do. We struggle. We struggle with trying to figure out what should I eat or drink, because at that point it's almost like I'm too tired. I'm like, I just want to get to camp. I don't want to worry about eating anything.
Or drinking.
But then I'm exhausted and the brain power is low.
Yeah.
And I just don't like my attitude about life.
Oh, I think you were fine.
Well,
she gets a little snippy sometimes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like being snippy.
But I don't even notice it. Actually, I don't even. I know you love me. It's all right. It's all good.
It's usually
She's having a
'cause-
hard time. Come on, you
No,
know.
it's usually because I have to repeat something, and then I'm
Oh yeah.
just like,
So it's really that's when it's like, Dad, you just asked me that question.
yeah, and I'm exhausted, and I don't have the mental fortitude to
Okay.
be like, this doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, the bird is back. The birds.
close.
Yeah, it's just right above
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So that's something that we struggle with is figuring out when do we actually stop? Do we look for the next campsite?
Yeah.
And it just like gosh, I'm never really satisfied. It's rare that we get like an epic spot when that happens.
We have gotten really lucky a couple times though.
Yeah, but it's not that.
But we've also gotten really unlucky.
We're not but it usually happens when we're not like it. When we're super tired, it feels to me that that's when we don't get the great campsites.
Oh,
because you just settle.
Yeah, but like after the pass, we didn't settle.
We didn't have a choice, but that was a good campsite.
Yeah, I know, but there was one before we could have taken.
We could have. We almost. I think we had our packs off too. We're like, well, it's kind of. There's some bugs here.
And I still had enough like mental like.
Oh, that was so hard.
Almost, yeah, and we did like almost 20 miles that day.
Yeah,
so,
that was hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so it's kind of like.
We got to work.
I
We got to
need make
figure
sure
that
I've
out.
got like some little sugary snacks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah,
for
because
that last like hour of hiking, so I don't just.
And that actually is important to it, and it's important because not only to find a good campsite, but the guys that really put in the miles, they do that because they hike like another hour or two, and I don't know how they do that because at that point it's like it's going to get dark, and they just figure. I don't know how they do that.
Somehow, I mean, and
they just know.
Do they take an afternoon break after lunch then?
I don't know how they do. No, because they hike a lot and they have more miles.
Yeah, because it's hard.
We haven't cracked that nut yet.
It's hard to do more than like 8 miles without having, because we do
a break.
We do anywhere from like 3 to 5 miles in the morning. We have breakfast, and then we do anywhere from around 6 to 7, and then we have lunch.
Yeah. And
then anytime we kind of go past the 7-mile mark after lunch.
Oh yeah, we're like
that's
trash.
Really rough.
Yeah, so we have a hard time with that, and I think some of it's because we just haven't been doing it that long. I mean, because this is our 8th day, so if we're doing this, I probably next week we'll start crushing like 20-mile days, I think. But I don't know. That's we'll see. Anyways, anything else for the day?
No, I'm tired.
I am super tired. I think I have like a little bit of a headache.
Yeah, it's time for some ice.
Yeah, and I've not been able to find a comfortable place to sit.
Yeah.
And I've just been
like
uncomfortable.
Relax.
Yeah.
I need
So.
to finish writing my journal.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed day 8. We had a great day today. It was from an athletic perspective, we crushed it.
Gorgeous mountain views.
Yes, we got the views we were looking for without lightning. Oh, weather. Tomorrow is going to be, I think, good, but then we're going to get into some rain, I think.
Which I think we might be okay because I think after that, I don't think we have any. I don't think we have any big exposed climbs before we get into Twin Lakes.
Okay, all right. So
after Twin Lakes, we're just all exposed.
Oh, that's gonna be epic. But that's why we're here is the exposure. Yeah. All right. Good night from day 8. Thanks for watching.